For over 4 decades, tensions between Iran and Israel have shaped the geopolitics of the Middle East. From a friendly alliance to an intense rivalry, this conflict is fueled by ideological, political, and military struggles. In this video, we'll explore the origins of the Iran-Israel conflict, tracing its history and explaining the key issues that have kept these two nations at odds. Stay tuned to the end to understand why this rivalry still impacts the world today. It's hard to imagine now, but before 1979, Iran and Israel had a surprisingly friendly relationship. Under the rule of Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, Iran was one of the few Middle Eastern countries to unofficially recognize Israel. Both nations shared common enemies, particularly Arab nationalist movements like Egypt under Gamal Abdel Nasser. Through the periphery doctrine, Israel sought allies outside the Arab world, and Iran, along with Turkey, fit the bill perfectly. They cooperated in trade, intelligence, and even military ventures. But everything changed in 1979 when Ayatollah Khomeini's Islamic Revolution overthrew the Shah. Iran went from being Israel's partner to one of its fiercest enemies. Khomeini declared Israel a Zionist regime and called for its destruction. Iran severed all ties with Israel and began supporting Palestinian groups fighting against Israeli occupation. Iran also played a key role in establishing and funding Hezbollah, a Lebanese militia that would become a major thorn in Israel's side. During the 1980s and 1990s, Iran and Israel fought through proxies. Iran poured money and weapons into Hezbollah, a powerful Shiite militia in Lebanon that has clashed with Israel repeatedly. Israel's invasion of Lebanon in 1982 marked a major flashpoint, but it was only the beginning. Over the next decades, Hezbollah, with Iranian backing, launched multiple attacks on Israel, further entrenching this proxy war. Fast forward to the 2000s, and the conflict took on a new dimension: Iran's nuclear program. Israel has long viewed a nuclear-armed Iran as an existential threat, and over the years it has reportedly conducted cyber attacks and assassinated Iranian nuclear scientists to delay Tehran's nuclear ambitions. Iran, meanwhile, insists its nuclear program is for peaceful purposes, but Israel and its allies aren't convinced. This nuclear tension has raised fears of direct conflict between the two nations. In the 2010s, the Syrian Civil War saw both Iran and Israel getting directly involved, but on opposite sides. Iran, along with Hezbollah, backed Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, while Israel conducted airstrikes to stop Iranian weapons from reaching Hezbollah. Iran's growing influence across the Middle East, from Iraq to Lebanon to Yemen, further alarmed Israel. This regional power struggle has kept tensions at a boiling point. In 2020, Israel normalized relations with several Arab states through the Abraham Accords. These deals, brokered by the United States, brought Israel closer to countries like the UAE and Bahrain, much to Iran's dismay. Iran sees this as a threat, believing Israel is forming a regional alliance to encircle and weaken it. Meanwhile, the conflict continues with Iranian-backed militias targeting Israel, while Israel strikes Iranian targets in Syria. The Iran-Israel conflict is far from over. The nuclear issue, proxy wars, and regional rivalries keep these two nations locked in a dangerous dance. As we move further into the 2020s, the world will be watching closely to see if diplomacy, war, or something else entirely shapes the future of this rivalry. Will peace ever be possible? Only time will tell. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more deep dives into global conflicts and geopolitics.